Hello, welcome to Lesson 8 of Mastering Java. Here we're going to continue working with strings and we're going to learn how to concatenate strings, which is a long fancy word which just means we're going to learn how to combine strings together. So we've learned how to declare and instantiate a string, multiple strings actually, and we learned how to print them to the screen. Now we're going to learn how to combine them together. And I'll give you a practical example of when you might need to do that. First, let's create a string. So I'll put the string keyword and let's call it last name, right? And my last name is Gibson, so I'm going to put quotation mark Gibson, and at the outside of the quote I'll put a semicolon there. So I've created a string called last name and I've assigned my last name to it. All right. Now I may want to do the same thing, string with my first name, so I'll call it first name quotation Jason. Now of course I could have created these strings using the new keyword, new string parentheses Gibson in quotation. It's exactly equivalent to what we're doing here. The reason I'm doing last name and first name is because I'm giving you kind of a practical example. Let's say you were writing a program to store names and telephone numbers. So you might have a field, an input field for the last name. The user types the last name. Think of a credit card form or something on a website. And then I may have another blank where they type in the first name. Now I can store this in my database in terms of last name and first name, no problem, but I may want to put these two strings together in order to store them as one string to print them to the screen. I can print them separately, of course, but I may want to put them together because my full name is Jason Gibson, right? Or if you want to know another way of doing this, maybe I'll have string middle name like this, and my middle name happens to be Noel, right? So that's my middle name. Now let's do something like this. Let's create another string.